Hello everybody, Infinite Shinjo here, and welcome to another video of Shinjo reviews on my channel. And I don't know if I was specifically clear with Shinjo reviews before. I feel like going into starting that series, I wanted it to be solely anime that I discuss, but this is something that I have to talk about, anime or not. So for those of you that are living under a rock, there's this show on Cartoon Network called Steven Universe. Basically about the title character, Steven Universe, living with 3 rebel gems because of this whole diamond authority that's trying to oppress everybody, and Steven basically having to take care of all these problems. Not because he's a protagonist or anything, but complicated reasons. And a couple of days ago, from the time of recording this, they released a movie, Steven Universe the movie, on Cartoon Network, and I just got done watching it a few hours ago now, and I wasn't going to record a video on it, but I'll explain why I changed my mind. There are always those questions that you get asked as a YouTuber, whether you're big or small, and one of those questions is, have you seen Steven Universe? And of course, Steven Universe being a widely popular show because of what it stands for, the anime tie-ins that it has with its artwork and style and character and stuff. And previously, I even made a couple of fan-made openings on my previous channel about them. So I figure whether this video gets popular or not on my channel, I'm gonna discuss this because, my gosh, this was an incredible movie. Now, incredible is probably a bit of an overstatement on it, but it was a really enjoyable movie. And before I go any further, there is going to be huge spoilers in this. I want to make sure I bring it up front before I go too far in depth on this. And I have no notes planned out for this, so it's probably going to be all over the place. Why do I never make notes for my videos? So the movie picks up where the series left off, with Steven befriending White, Yellow, and Blue Diamond, basically bringing everybody together and all happy sunshine and rainbows. They even bring it up within the first couple of minutes of the movie, where Steven finally gets his happy ever after. Amethyst is fine, Pearl's fine, Garnet's fine. They all sing about it because that's what you do in Steven Universe, of course. And then, out of nowhere, Spinel comes in and wrecks the party. Although, to be fair, Spinel might actually be the party. Because, my gosh, I think Spinel was my favorite part of this movie. Which is weird because Steven's the main character, so you kind of want to root for him. But the fact that Spinel is basically, the best way I can compare it is with kind of Toy Story, because I think they touched it in a couple of movies where you're a toy, you get played with by a child, and then they just leave you out for, basically leave you left for dead. And when Spinel said, oh hey, I was playing around with Rose Quartz when she was on the home world or whatever, and Rose Quartz just tells her, stay put. And she just straight up ditches Spinel, and I'm just like, what? That is seriously messed up. Steven even brings it up in the movie that I can't believe Rose would do that. Oh, wait, I can. Because it's just like, at the start of the show, they build Rose Quartz up to be, oh, she's a caring individual, she cares about all these people. But the more you dig into the show, the more you realize how messed up Rose Quartz actually is. Not even to say Rose Quartz is a bad person, because to be fair, they do kind of teeter that line. Because at the same time, Rose Quartz does lie sometimes, but when you think about it, it's just like, okay, I can kind of see why she did that to try and save this person or try and save that person, but it doesn't really help how messed up it is. And especially Spinel, because she's straight up Looney Tunes, literal Looney Tunes. She acts like she would belong with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. It's so great. And the way they introduce Spinel, it's just like, okay, that's pretty cool, because she shows up, nobody but Pearl knows who she is. But before Pearl can say, oh, Spinel is Rose Quartz's playmate, she literally slices everybody and basically resets them. Of course, Steven doesn't get reset to an extent. He doesn't de-age or whatever because he's half human, half gem. But then the rest of the movie is essentially getting everybody back. And to be fair, on that point, you could probably go into this movie not knowing much about the show, because they do kind of give background on Amethyst was born in the kindergarten. She's shorter than normal Amethyst. Pearl is a renegade, and Garnet is a fusion. They basically make it so you can watch it as a first-time viewer of Steven Universe or a veteran. Of course, being a veteran, there's always those little things that you notice, like Lars not being in the big donut, instead Mayor Dewey, or I should say Dewey technically, because he's not mayor. But just the continuity is so cool, and I'm trying to think what else I can really say about it, other than Spinel is just so sad. I guess something else I can bring up are the songs, because they take up probably at least half of this movie. A lot of the songs were hit or miss for me. Honestly, the only two that I really enjoy. Now, of course, with me listening to songs, I listen to it the first time, I think, oh, this is okay. And then the next thing I know, I'm bopping it, playing it back to back. Honestly, the only real songs that I could say I would love to just put on my MP3 player and listen to on a daily basis are the Change song that Zach Callison, Steven Universe's voice actor, sings, and Sarah Stiles, who plays Spinel, her song Other Friends. That has got a great beat. I love that sort of fun little tone that it has to it, and I feel like Sarah Stiles is a perfect match for it. And I checked, apparently she was on Broadway, which isn't too surprising because a lot of the characters in Steven Universe do have ties in, like I think Pearl Dee Dee Magno Hall might be, and of course Garnet being Estelle, that goes without saying. And I guess to an extent the Diamonds do play a part in it because they basically give Spinel a home. Honestly, with the exception of the ending with the Diamonds coming to take Spinel and go back to Homeworld, it could have really done without the Diamonds. Because the first part of the movie, when Steven's trying to leave, they're just like, no, please stay. And it's just like, you can kind of see where they're coming from, because Steven is basically the only thing that they have to remember Rose Quartz by. But at the same time, it's just like, whoa, back up here. I got my own life to live. And it's just like, seriously? But I guess they do give Spinel a home, so I will give them props for that. But that's all I can really say. I could literally go on for minutes on end gushing about this, because this is exactly what I wanted. Well, probably not exactly, because I don't know how to make shows or cartoons. But if they would make a Steven Universe movie, this would be what it is. Kind of like in the Pokemon set of things, where it could stand on its own merit and be its own thing and not be tied to the actual series. Although Steven Universe is kind of more tied to the series. And that kind of makes me question if they're going to have a new series, another season, which what I'm hearing is the case, what are they going to do? Are they going to bring back Spinel to do something else other than just be on Homeworld and do nothing? Like, what else are they going to do? Because they've basically covered everything, right? I guess the only other things that they could do are give the fans what they want, a Lapis Peridot fusion, a Bismuth Peridot fusion, a Peridot Garnet fusion. They teased that in the series. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't mention. The Steven and Greg fusion. That threw me for a loop. Because it's just like, what? And I even saw, I think it was in one of the comments of some sort of video, that it's basically a JoJo character? I guess I can kind of see it. I haven't really watched the show, but he does look like he belongs there. Bottom line of what I can say, there are a lot of plot twists, and I enjoyed every single one of them. Now, of course, I'm saying all this being a huge fan of Steven Universe, so take that with what you will. Obviously, if you like something, you're going to be more than likely to talk good about it. I think if I would have to give one criticism is make the diamonds less needy. Because it's just like, it would have been different. What they could have done is something like White Diamond and Yellow Diamond beg Steven to stay with them because, you know, they're the two kind of extremes of the diamonds. And then Blue's in the back saying, calm down guys, let's let Steven leave. At least have one of them be the voice of reason out of the three. That would have made it a little bit better for me, but I enjoyed it anyway. But you're gonna have to let me know what you think about this movie if you have watched this movie. And if you haven't, I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you, but I did give you fair warning that there was gonna be spoilers. Let me know what your favorite song or songs is from this movie, and why is it Other Friends sung by Spinell. This is Infinite Shinjo, and I'm signing out. Momentai.